Hey there, homeowners and future purchasers. This is Susan Cassidy with Coldwell Banker Realty. And today we're going to talk about a topic that's on the minds of many when surfing real estate listings online, the ever-present Zestimate. Today we're going to delve into the world of automated home valuation models. And there are a lot to choose from, like Zillow's Zestimate and Realtor.com's Real Estimate. And most major brokerages also have AVMs on their websites, including my own company, Coldwell Banker. Now, each of these platforms uses unique algorithms to give you an estimated value of a property. But the big question is, can you trust these numbers when making important real estate decisions? Together, we're going to explore just how accurate and useful these tools can be for you. So first, what is an AVM? An Automated Valuation Model, or AVM, is a technology-driven system that uses mathematical modeling to value properties. By analyzing various data points from public records, user submissions, and other sources, AVMs generate property valuations quickly and without a physical appraisal. Okay, so how then is a non-automated or human valuation done? If you've seen my video on home pricing, and you should, you know that real estate agents and appraisers follow fairly similar procedures. For the purposes of this discussion, I'm going to touch quickly on the key points. To determine market value, an agent looks at recent comparable sales to see what they sold for. And to be comparable, a property must be in the same town and should be of similar size, age, style, and condition. We look at the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, garages, the acreage, etc. Many of these criteria can be analyzed mathematically. Square footage, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, acreage, those fit very neatly into an algorithm. The tricky bits are when we start talking about style, condition, location, and amenities. AVMs use public data. So where online does it tell you if the kitchen's been updated or if the street is busy? Does the algorithm compare colonials to colonials, ranches to ranches, and capes to capes? Does it know if there's a movie theater in the basement, a spa-like primary bath, or if the entire second floor is covered in faded orange shag carpeting? In my opinion, no matter how sophisticated an algorithm is, it cannot really take into consideration the subjective qualities that are at the heart of a thorough property valuation. Now, I do want to give one quick disclaimer. I am giving my opinion based on knowledge of my market here in Connecticut. In other places with other variables, the results may be different. Now, let's see what I found out. I'm going to compare how 4 different platforms, Zillow, Realtor.com, ColdwellBanker.com, and CoreFact, approach their estimations. We'll look at the same property through the lenses of each of these 4 platforms. We'll look at some of the differences in their data and the actual valuations. My subject property is a roughly 2,500 square foot antique farmhouse built in 1910. It's located in Woodbridge, Connecticut. According to public records, it has 3 bedrooms and 2.5 baths, although it actually has 4 bedrooms. It has a 2-car attached garage, and it sits on a little over half an acre in a community where the standard acreage is 1.5 acres or more. It was last sold in 2005 for $440,000. So first, let's see what Realtor.com has to say about the current value of this home. The property is correctly identified as an antique built in 1910, but with 4 bedrooms, not 3, and 2.5 baths with a 2-car garage. Now let's look at the 5 recent sales listed as similar homes. Only one is actually in Woodbridge. Remember, when analyzing properties for market value, we can only consider properties in the same town. You should also notice that there are other ways that these properties do not qualify as comps. The square footage is as low as 992 square feet in some of them. There are ranches, raised ranches, and capes, but I don't see any colonials or farmhouses. Their real estimate for the property is $482,100. Now let's look at the same property on Zillow. I could not get all of the information on this one screenshot because I kind of had to go hunting for it, but Zillow correctly identified the year built as 1910, the acreage, and the bed baths. All that correctly reflects the public record. The algorithm shows that the property is valued at $526,900, quite a bit higher than Realtor.com's $482,100, even though it shows 1 less bedroom. And actually, if you look closely, the Zestimate range is from $464,000 to $590,000. The value has a range that spans nearly $130,000. Now, in this valuation as well, the comparable properties here had the same issues as the Realtor.com properties. Out-of-town properties that are not truly similar. The fact is, one was actually a condominium that would never qualify, obviously, as a comparable property. Now on to number 3. CoreFact is a company that I use for various marketing resources. They also have an AVM, although it's only accessible with a QR code. Here's how they valued the same property. $621,000 to $673,000. Now, they do try to take property and market condition into consideration, but they are relying on the user's knowledge of these things with an adjustable slider that raises or lowers the value range. But once again, if you could scroll down and look at the comps they're referencing, all but one are from outside the town of Woodbridge. And again, none are truly comps. Are we noticing a trend? So let's see, one more. This is from ColdwellBanker.com. I could not tell you what comps were used for this valuation because they do not show them. But the range is getting even higher. Now we are between $626,290 to $692,210. At the top of this range, we are more than $200,000 higher than the first one we looked at on Realtor.com. And of course, none of these AVMs went inside the home. None of them know what condition it's in, what updates it's had, what quirks or issues it might have. None of them know whether there's any charm or curb appeal or not. And none of them used comps that were actually appropriate for a proper valuation. Today's technology is revolutionizing many things and providing information and insights that we never had before. But sometimes too much information is just that, just information without any context or relevance. If you do decide to rely on these AVMs, please always look at more than one and check as much of the source data as possible. Are the details of the home correct? Which comparable properties did they use? Are they truly similar? How recently did they sell? So what does all of this tell us? In regards to our subject property, I am sure you can see the problem. A hopeful seller could latch onto that $692,000 value while a skeptical buyer might see only $482,000. As a result, we now have a major disconnect that isn't serving anyone well. AVMs like Zillow's Zestimate and Realtor.com's Real Estimate are too often used by buyers and sellers to discern a property's value. My advice, consult a professional. Most agents, like myself, are ready to help whenever you need a valuation, and they are usually done without charge. You may not necessarily need it because you're getting ready to buy or sell. Sometimes it's for tax purposes or probate or to refinance. I provide them for my clients annually because information is power, and I never want anyone to make a decision based on faulty information. So that's it. I hope you found this interesting. Oh, wait. You thought I was going to tell you my opinion of the property's value? Oh, well, it will be coming on the market in the next couple of months, so I guess you'll find out then. Stay tuned. I'm Susan Cassidy. If you are still confused or want more information, please reach out. I am always happy to answer your questions. Have a great day.